Okay, good morning, everybody. This is the day after you took a practice test on topic 4. I'm going to go through all 13 problems fairly quickly. Feel free to pause whenever you want. Feel free to send me an email about a question, and we can Google Meet this. Here we go. They asked if -3 was a whole number. No, it's not 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a negative number. Is it an integer? Yes, it's a whole number or its opposite. It's the opposite of a whole number. It's the opposite of +3. And once it becomes an integer, it is a rational number. Hint, once you start writing yes, the rest of the boxes will be yes. That is a trick I didn't want to say. Number 2. They asked for you to order these absolute values from least to greatest. Well, in order to do that, you had to find out how far away were each of those numbers from 0. So, the absolute value of -10 is 10, the absolute value of -35 is 35, and the absolute value of 7800ths is 7800ths. That's how far away each of those numbers is from 0. So basically, they're asking you, who's the closest to 0? Where's my finger? This is closest to 0. Then 10, then 35. So I wrote those from least to greatest. Number 3, what is the opposite of -78? Well, it's +78. So what is +78 referring to? The airplane ascends. That means it goes up. And you know, on a number line, going up is positive. And then if you added songs to an MP3 player, I don't even know if you guys, is that still a thing, MP3 players? I don't know. Number 4, additive inverses. Additive inverses are simply opposites that when you add them, it should equal 0. -3 plus 3. -3 and +3. Those are opposites. -5 and +3, no. -6 and +16, no. 14 plus -14, yes. Those are additive inverses. Number 5, deep sea diver dives 84 feet, then another 13 feet. If the diver is diving, they're going below the water's surface, which is assumed to be 0. So -84 plus -13. Those two add-ins have the same negative sign, so you add and keep the sign. That diver is at -97 feet. But for the multiple choice, if they describe the person being below the surface, the word below takes the place of the negative sign. You should have marked +79 feet below the surface. Number 6, I have common denominators, so all I have to do is add the numerators. 5 plus -4, the signs are different, so I know the rule to subtract and keep the greater absolute value sign. Number 6, for this problem, you should have got 1/7. Number 7, it's an addition problem. And notice, I have the same signs for both of my add-ins. You add and keep the sign. 1.2 plus 3.1 is 4.3. Keep the negative signs. Number 8, they give you this math problem and they wanted you to create a number line for it. Well, that's a +2 and a -4. So I should, from 0, go to the right 2 and then left 4. Again, I went right, from 0, I went right 2 and then left 4. I landed. My final answer is -2. Number 9, do you see double negatives? I see double negatives. Double vision. So you're going to have to take those two signs and turn them into a plus sign. Notice that I rewrote that problem. That's a kindergarten problem now. 5 plus 9, 14. Number 10, the elevator problem. Well, it's assumed that you start at ground 0, that you're starting at the bottom, well, not the bottom floor, but like the lobby of a hotel. And they told you went up 3 flights or 3 levels or floors. You went up 3, and then you hit the button to go down 4 floors. Where did you land up? 1 floor below where you started from. So you can either say -1 or 1 floor below where he or she started. Number 11, yuck. Okay, I see double negatives. I didn't circle them. Give me a second to circle them because I feel like this problem looks silly without it. Okay, I circled my double negatives. I turned them into a plus. Now my problem reads 1/3 plus 5, 6. Good, but not the best because we need common denominators. I counted up by 3s. I counted up by 6s. The first time I had the same multiple was 6. So my 5, 6 remains the same because I needed a 6 in that fraction. But notice that my 3 doubled to 6. So I doubled my numerator to 2. Now that I have common denominators, it's 2 plus 5, and then I keep that over 6. So I got 7, 6, which equals 1 and 1, 6. If you're having problems converting an improper fraction to a mixed number, please let me know. Number 12, Misha. She's on a diving board, 7 feet above the water. If they ever talk about water, you know that 0 is the surface. So if she's 7.5 above, and then she dives underneath the water another 2.5 feet, I went a little overboard and I did the absolute value work. All I had to do was find the distance from the diving board to how far she went underwater. It's a simple addition problem because the numbers are on either side of 0. I had 1 positive and 1 negative. So I either add their absolute values or I could have counted. Okay, that was 10 feet total distance. Last but not least, they wanted to know the distance between -8 and 9 on a number line. Well, those numbers were so easy that I just drew the number line and I counted. It was 8 spaces from -8 to 0 and another 9 spaces from 0 to 9. So I just simply counted. I did like silly little leapfrog things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There were 17 spaces between those two numbers. Now they asked a little bit weirder of a question. They gave you all these absolute values or expressions inside of absolute values. They wanted to know which ones of those equaled 17. Well, here's my work. You could push pause. The first 2 equaled 17. The second 2 did not. I truly hope that you spend the time reviewing this before today's topic review and the test. Good luck, everybody.